doing wheelies on a $80,000 custom motorcycle. And if I can't do a skid and a burnout on a motorcycle, I don't want that motorcycle in my life. Belts are for your pants, not for motorcycles. Don't shy away from chrome. Let's bring it back. It's like having some diamond earrings on this thing.
Pretty sick. I mean, he's just lending me a bike. Like, what the f is he thinking?
Motorcycle world's too serious. Harley world's too serious. Don't be a tough guy. Just be a fun guy.
Whoa, before we get too far into the episode, did you guys know that we give away motorcycles? We've given away over 10. We're actually in season 9 right now, and we're giving away 1960s Harley-Davidson
chopper deal. I don't know much about choppers, but I know we're giving one away, and I'm jealous because I want a chopper now.
So here's a couple pictures of our previous giveaway bikes, guys. Giving away over 10. We've been doing this since like 2017. Our goal is to make more riders. So if you guys want to get in to potentially win this bike that we're building right now, like I said, a 1960s Harley-Davidson Panhead, custom built, head over to the website, blockheadmoto.com, sign up, select a tier, and you guys are in. You also get early access to episode, exclusive access to Discord, discounts on our merchandise, and more.
Sign up. Want to buy?
Blockheadmoto.com. Also tell your mom.
Mama.
What up, Block fam? You guys will notice, based on the surrounding areas, that on that mountain especially, right there, this ain't Florida, but Arizona again for like the third time this year or something. Just keeps calling me back. I'm here with Law Tigers. So if you guys don't know, Law Tigers are one of the sponsors of our channel. We've been working with them for a long time. They asked me if I wanted to come out to Arizona for Bike Week. I said, hell yeah, let's do it. So, naturally, with going to Bike Week, gotta have a bike, right? So, one of the guys that they work with, Ryan Cruisy. He's lending me a motorcycle, just super sick. He's custom built it. So I'm gonna introduce you guys to Cruisy. We'll introduce you to Jay from Law Tigers real quick, and then we'll check out this bike that he's lending me to ride around Arizona. So this is Jay, Law Tigers. He picked me up at the hotel.
Yeah.
And kind of got to know him a little bit. Native
Arizona. Yeah.
You don't have a Harley.
No.
You have a V-twin, which is actually a very special V-twin.
Yeah.
Which you guys have seen on the channel before. You want to tell them what it is?
I ride a 2002 RC51 SPS2, an original owner, and it's all track miles, 4,000 miles. I love it. It's my what they call a big pig. Road racing it, love it.
You know why they call it a pig?
Because it grunts.
Okay.
Because of the grunting, the torque on it,
yeah.
and the way it sounds like it's snorting.
I got race gas in it right now and it smells delicious. That is such a nice bike. Unfortunately, I had to sell mine and we gave away the other one. So I'm not here to talk about the RC51. Thank you for the ride.
Hey, absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for coming out. And
tell people where they can find Law Tigers.
Instagram, Facebook, Arizona, Law Tigers, Arizona. And we have Arizona Bike Week. I think the 3rd largest motorcycle event in the nation. So come out and say hi, enjoy the great weather. Thanks for having me. See ya.
And to Cruisy, if you guys aren't subscribed to this guy's channel, be sure to go check it out. First video that I came across of his was how to be a female Dynabro, which you guys absolutely need to go watch.
Oh yeah, I still have those shorts. Oh yeah.
Great video, but lots of other really incredibly insightful videos as well on a lot of the builds that they're doing here. So he's lending me a motorcycle. This is your custom? Like your bike? Your personal bike?
Yeah. I'm Ryan Kruesi's Kruesi Originals. I've been in business for 10 years, been in the industry for 15, built drift cars for 10 years before that.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, economy crashed in 2008. I quit building drift cars, you know how that goes. Yep. Just kind of started chasing something else. I was always into bikes. I started stunt riding sport bikes in the early 20s, early 2000 in my early 20s. Broke a lot of stuff, bought a Harley to slow down. saw Unknown do a wheelie in like 2008 and was like, oh my god, you can do that. So then it just kind of escalated into doing wheelies on a $80,000 custom motorcycle and wrecking that a few times and deciding that's not really the path I want to go. So then I bought an old school Dyna and kind of quit beating this thing up and repainted it again, and it's all back together, and you're gonna take it for a whip.
We do have non $80,000 stuff here as well, which looks like a lot of fun. So
the world's most expensive monkey is what that is. Honda Monkey. That's my favorite thing in the entire world. Probably sell my soul before I sold my monkey. It matches my stunt bike, which is in the back. I've got an 02 Dyna FX DX, and I'm doing everything that the tins, the paint, everything to match it. So it's like a little mini Harley-Davidson. It's been kind of a quest. Saddleman built me a custom step-up gripper seat for it. And all that stuff. Yeah.
Buster?
Yeah.
Sick.
I'll go.
Shout out Buster.
show that and set it up. It's pretty nice. They do a bunch of custom stuff. Or we've got a video on the whole build and everything in our YouTube, and I just pointed like I was putting a link up there.
Yeah, no, do it. This is the joy of working with fellow YouTubers.
Yeah, I learned a lot from Blockhead. I was watching when I started out the YouTube. I was like scouring everybody in the motorcycle world to kind of see what was going on, and you were the first one that I came across that I kind of related to and wanted to take some information from.
Sick, man.
A lot out there that weren't really doing it for me, and I came across you guys. You guys are killing it.
Thanks, dude.
Absolutely killing it.
I really appreciate that. It means a lot.
You'll notice if you pay close attention to some of the stuff we do, we ripped a little bit off from your stuff, but you know.
It's flattering, right?
Yeah. Amen. I was told I worked for Trask Performance for a long time when I started out, and Nick, you know, we were building turbo kits and stuff, and other people started doing it. Nick always told me, he goes, when you come out with a custom part, he's like, you just run it as hard as you can until everybody rips it off.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's like, just take it as flattery, don't trip on it, because you know people start copying our stuff, and I'm like, well, all right, thank you.
Stuff y'all are doing. I'm not wearing booty shorts, so.
Anytime I can pop my thighs out, man, I'm down. I worked hard on these things. They're a little pale, but you know, it works out. And I like doing for the funny too. You know, like
Dude, yeah, the skits. I love the skits.
That's my favorite.
We don't do near enough of skits.
I'm real good at talking, so it's
nice.
It's always worked out good for me that way.
Oh yeah.
And it's just fun, you know, to not be so serious. The motorcycle world's too serious. Harley world's too serious.
He said it. I've been wanting to say it for a while.
You don't need to be hard. Like,
no.
Don't be a tough guy. Just be a fun guy.
Yeah.
Just have fun.
The amount that you guys cried whenever the M8 came out, ridiculous.
I was one of them.
Were you?
I made memes. I was like, look at the new Honda. You know, like I talked a lot of shit, and now I own 3 of them. So you know.
Did you see the one where it was like the Dynabro guys, but they used Hitler to yell about like, how are they going to see my expensive suspension?
I reposted that too. I thought it was hilarious. But yes, well, I mean that's M8 Softail right there. Don't judge it. It's got some old bent T-Sport shocks, and I had to have my Legends rebuilt. But it's we swing arm converted it. We raced the Bagger Race League with this, and everybody was talking shit about me for doing a swing arm conversion because they're all so hyped on the monoshock. But I'm a big suspension guy and road racing and stuff, and the monoshock geometry was so bad it wasn't right. So we did this kind of as a novelty to stunt ride, and then it ended up being real fast, and we smoked everybody with a monoshock. The closest bike behind us was half a lap.
Sick.
It was good times, but we wrecked, and now it's going to be a street bike again. 168 horsepower street bike.
God dang it.
450 pounds. It's really not fun to ride. It's too much.
Which is another thing that we could go on and on about, people coming to the shop chasing numbers. We are going to get further into a lot of the other details going on in the shop because there's a lot to cover, so that's going to be a separate episode. Like I said, if you guys want to see a lot of those like really like good details, go subscribe to his channel. Where can they find you?
Kruesi Originals, it's with a K. Kruesi Originals, KruesiOriginals.com, Kruesi Originals on your mom, all that good stuff.
We're going to do a bike check on this bike. Do you have a name for it?
Wow, you know what? I always name all my motorcycles, and come to think about it, this one doesn't have one.
Ooh. We'll just call it the OG, or is it the original? Or
it's like Black Dynamite. We'll go with that. It's a 21 Road Glide. I bought it because I wanted the 21 because they came back with the cable clutch. I do not like hydraulic clutches because I come from stunt riding, so a hydraulic clutch has no feedback. It has no real, it's just all or nothing, you know? Yeah. You need to be able to work a clutch. We got hooked up with House of Harley, Tommy Donnelly. He hooked it up with the bike. He gave us a real good deal, kind of on a sponsorship. And we did a cross-promotion build with this, so this was the House of Harley series that's in our playlist. It's kind of been a few variations. It had a Legends front-end cartridges, 49mm 2-over with Geezer Engineering trees. Right after I got done with it, they came out with this inverted tree setup, and they came by to show it to me, and I was like, God damn, like, I gotta have that now. So
more money.
Yeah, so we built this front end. It's a show of legs off of a 17 GSXR 1000 that a company on the East Coast that races sport bikes built the internals for me. Feels really, really nice. It's got our wheels on it. These are our Skynet wheels with our matching North Star rotors. I set up all the spacing, did the axle stuff. It's a really nice kit from them. It's like $1,200 for the drop trees and everything you need to bolt the legs up, and then you can get those on eBay. So it's a very affordable do-it-yourselfer build an inverted kit. I got rid of all the wiring. If you look down at the neck, all the stuff's cut off the neck and it's all smoothed out. The wiring runs internal through the frame now. It channels in underneath the tank and then comes back up out of the neck up here. I wanted it to be as clean as possible. I worked for Jim Nasty Customs for a long time as well, and everything was very you know, clean,
I
can't
was about
see
to say, it's
nothing.
very like chopper-esque vibe. back
Yeah,
there,
yeah, I love Pro Street stuff, you know, all
Right.
that stuff, the afterlives and everything. Risers, TC Bros. I run a lot of pullback. Broke my neck some years ago, got a couple discs replaced about 8 months ago, so it's like I got to be about right here when I'm riding, so I keep them back. These have a true pull, 2 inches of pullback. Brembo RCS 19, you ever ran one of these before?
No, I actually watched your video where you said once you do this, you'll never go back.
Yeah.
So I'm fully planning on like after this trip, like.
There's a lot of brakes, right? This is all you need. It's just a fingertip right here. There's no 2 fingers you're gonna eat probably. So.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, this is an unreal master cylinder. There's a little plug right here, pop out. It's bore adjustable, so you can set the pressure and a bunch of fancy stuff. It's very adjustable too if you want to set it up for, you know, wherever's comfortable for you.
Sick.
Elite Moto Tech just came out with this. It's really nice because normally it's like a big old boomerang that sticks off there. It's fancy. I built all this little guy right here off of Amazon and a piece of aluminum I found on the floor. Bennett and the Vice did all that. This is a standard. I wanted a base model as it gets. It's got a CVO stereo. I've never had a stereo system before. I'm not a stereo on a motorcycle kind of guy, but I figured if I was going to buy I'm not a bagger guy either, but we needed to build one, you know, moving forward in the industry and where things were going. So, and I wanted a wheelie one, an M8. Not many people were doing it at the time.
Right.
It's a 107. I want a black and chrome. I like black and chrome. I'm not really a flashy paint job guy. I'd rather the motorcycle speak for itself, you know, and the work that's on the motorcycle speak over the paint job. No offense to everybody out there running big flashy paint jobs. I appreciate the art and love it. I've got a flashy helmet to make up for the non-flashy paint job on the motorcycle.
Jay was saying on the way over here that you're like one of the OGs, like the originals, like in the stunning Harleys. Is that right?
Yeah, they call me Papa because I'm so old. Yeah, I've been stunt riding Harleys for 14 years. A lot of injuries. If anybody really wants to get into it, buy a pit bike and spend years on that before you even attempt to do it on a Harley-Davidson, because these will break you off real proper.
Yeah, a lot of weight behind them.
Yeah, when it goes bad, it goes real bad. Tallboy T, I'm sure anybody that's seen any stunt bike riding knows who Tallboy T and Dom 829 are. They were kids, and they started kind of riding with me back in the day, and we just kind of came up together and toured all around in a like 1992 Chevy cargo van and with no AC, you know, spending all summer doing stunt shows and going all over the place and doing that stuff. And
Nice.
And still building bikes and doing everything. I've been a mechanic for like 25 years, I think, altogether. Drift cars and motorcycles since started building bikes in 2007.
So you guys drop your guesses below on how old he is, because he doesn't look. He calls him Papa. What was it?
Papa.
Papa. Look,
Yeah, I'm gonna papa you upside the head.
I
if
look.
used to tell me to call
I
me
look
that.
older than him.
How old are you? You got me beat or what? Oh, I got you beat by a long shot.
Yeah, what?
52.
50? Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Dude.
This sounds better when I
What
say
kind of water are you drinking?
Yeah, you start out real high, so then you come at the real age, it don't sound so bad. I'm 44. I'll be 45, man, in October. That's like I'm almost 50.
I would guess.
Gives me a little bit of
late
anxiety.
30s, low 40s.
Saddleman custom seat. This is our Kruesi Originals seat from Saddleman. It's just like a tuck and roll tri gripper. A little heavier gripper, locks you in real solid for stunt riding and all that good stuff.
Bro, once I went gripper on that step up on the back.
You want to go back?
Yeah.
Yeah, even just regular riding.
Yeah.
Just not sliding around in the seat, in a corner, diving into a turn, just riding down the road. It's just less effort on your hands, and the handlebars is everything.
Yeah.
Once again, going back to the neck thing, I had a bunch of nerve damage, like anything that I could take this out of it and just use my hips and stuff, it made a world of difference for me. Santor Fabworks cage, it works really well. There's a great video on our YouTube of me yard sailing this thing. I high-sided it really bad in a drift, and the bike survived very well. I didn't, but the bike survived nicely. It turned both my shins black for about a month. That was a good one. Shattered my helmet, but I survived. Motor stock, it's a 107. It's got a tune, a stealth exhaust, and an intake. I don't like a bunch of power. It's probably making around 100 and 100. It just good suspension. It's got a chain. There's no cush drive. It's our chain drive kit 2455, and then a clutch in it, and it rips, and it's just, you can put it to the wood all the time, you know, like it's really good for stunt riding. It's really good for road racing and just all around riding, and it's a good time. I like to keep it smooth. Legends on the rear. I run Legends arcs on everything. They're my favorite rear shocks. It's got our lay down license plate kit. It's got a tail light from a truck stop in Yuma. We swooped up a bunch of them because they worked really good. This is our subframe off of a late model Dyna that I just extended an inch, and it ended up bolting up and working pretty nice. And then we chromed it, tie plate from Scrape City. She throws some fire. These are our saddlebags. They are Kruesi Originals dime bags. They come with our own, so our bag rail kit in there. It opens everything up and moves everything forward. So A lot of guys cut their bags and then you still have that gaudy shit sticking out the back there, and gotta keep it clean. If you notice the side covers, how nice and tight these are.
What's the material on this?
ABS.
Nice.
I made them. But anytime anybody does like an FXR style side cover, they stick way out like 8 inches because you've got all that electrical components like the ECM, the BCM, everything over here, and then the ABS on this side. So inside of this, all that is gone now. The ECM, BCM, I made a new trough. It sits up underneath the seat, and then I run a Baja Designs battery. It's about this big. It's 400 cold cranking amps, and it's got a little plug-in, so everything's condensed, which just to put these side covers on was like 2 days worth of work. A good probably 20 some plus hours of work to make that happen. So then we've got a lot of people, hey, make me some of them side covers. I'm like, no. Those are the most expensive side covers you're ever gonna get. I wanted it to be as small as possible. I wanted to make a bagger feel just as condensed and as light as possible.
Nice.
We took a ton of weight out of it. You can take a lot of weight out of these just by removing a lot of the electrical system.
So you're saying whenever I'm done here, I'm gonna want a Kruesi's original bagger.
Oh man, I'll sell you this one. It's for sale. I need to buy a building. All my bikes are for sale. First thing when this bike showed up on the truck, the first thing I did was pull the ABS off. I don't run ABS on anything. I hate it.
Well, especially if you're doing wheelies and whatnot.
Yeah, it would kill you. If I can't do a skid and a burnout on a motorcycle, I don't want that motorcycle in my life. There's no Speedo or tack anymore either. I get rid of that. I don't run Speedos and tacks on any of my bikes. Yeah, I feel like the only thing you need on a motorcycle is an oil pressure gauge. That's the main thing I normally run. Man, have you seen the Performance Machine chain adjusters? They come with the bungs for running a race stand. Anytime we go to shows, we put the bikes on race stands, and I've literally bought them just for those. I think they look awesome. See them matched up with our North Star rotors right there. That's the rear rotor.
So you guys machine your own rotors, wheels.
Yep.
You said the plate was y'all's.
Yep. The floorboards are ours. F&A floorboards. They're up 3/4 of an inch and they're adjustable. So right where they're sitting right now, they're in mid-control stance. But you can move them forward 2 inches and they'll run like a regular floorboard, but they're up higher and back. You probably be able to see underneath, but this is rounded and knurled under here on both sides, and then there's a gripper part for your toe for like hooking your foot for doing stunt riding when you're riding wheelies. And then right here you can bolt a tie block onto here, but we haven't found anybody to manufacture tie blocks this small for us. So you can throw sparks when you're going around turns real sharp.
Nice.
I made the brake pedal, had to bring it back just to get it into mid-control position. It's our air cleaner cover. Our points cover. This side over here has probably got the dopest shit on it. This was the biggest part of the job. I wish I could pull this apart and show you how much work this was, but if you notice, she's shifted up like a Dyna. So I line board the inner and outer primary. Then we have a standoff. It's an FXR shift shaft, aluminum shift shaft from FXR division that we shortened, welded into the back of this guy with a standoff in this, and then this outer primary has a bung that sticks about this far and it's tapered, so that the shift shaft has rubber O-rings, so when these slide together, they seal together, and then my shifter comes through there. And then I made the shaft itself out of a shift shaft off of that Softail over there, an M8 Softail. Made this arm, welded it all back together, and then made the linkage and all this. And this is off of I think a Lowrider S, like a late model Dyna, the longer one with the forward mids on it. So I got like true mid controls, but I still have floorboards. Elite levers all the way around. Feel that this has a 30 over clutch in it.
Wow.
Feels real nice. I don't want to get a forearm pump when I'm riding.
Right.
I'm too old for that, you know. Our chain drive kit for baggers, we have a chain drive kit for everything. I was one of the first people to put out a chain drive kit, like a viable chain drive kit back in the day. It's a 2455. 2451 is like a stock gearing, but the 6 speeds are extremely tall but due to the giant compensator sprocket. You can gear them down hard. We usually run a 55 and I can cruise on the freeway really, really nice at 100, 110 miles an hour with the boys and makes it come alive. Belts are for your pants, not for motorcycles. Remember that. If you put just a straight up clutch in it so it's banging and a straight up clutch drive or chain drive, when you're hitting that thing, it's gonna hit so much harder. It's gonna feel like you put 80 more foot-pounds in it.
Heads up though, if you guys are doing a stage 4 and doing that stuff, you're probably gonna need a new transmission because that's gonna be a weak point. 3rd, 4th, 5th gear.
3rd gear especially.
Yeah.
It's actually not the trannies that go bad, it's the shift dogs.
Yes.
So the shift dogs are just made out of pop can material, and when you're just banging gears really hard, they tend to bend. And then your gears have like a cup in them, and then they have these pucks that stick out, and when they shift, that goes in and grabs and turns the gear. And when the dogs bend, they don't go all the way, so they start kicking out and they start eating them up. And if you've got a twin cam 6-speed and you smoke one of those, you're just done. There's no parts left. Somebody needs to make some aftermarket shift dogs, like some nice billet ones. I thought Baker was making some, but I really haven't seen them yet. If you had good shift dogs, you'd really have a good, strong transmission. But other than that, just run her till she blows.
And then if you're over here, bring her to Cruisy. If you're over in Florida, bring it to us.
That's right.
Yeah, and I love the take on the old school logos, the wing.
We do this on all of our bikes. CRD Designs out here, they paint all of our stuff. That's all hand painted, spun silver leaf, all that good stuff. Painted the whole bike.
Can we hear her start up?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's got Baja Designs lights, Big Bear kit. All that.
Nice.
About that. It's only got about 800 miles on it.
Really?
Yeah, total. The front fender is off of a 2015 Fat Bob Dyna, and I made the brackets out of a sissy bar off of an old shovel head.
So it's got some shovel parts on here.
Yeah,
That's
a
sick.
little bit of nostalgia right there, you know?
Oh yeah.
Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite.
Yeah, she's just flossy. Lots of chrome. Don't shy away from chrome. Let's bring it back.
It is coming back.
Yeah, bring back the jewelry. It's like having some diamond earrings on this thing.
Well, thank you, man. I really appreciate
thank you.
lending
Definitely
me the bike.
appreciate it.
Just kind of like a bike check, running through it, learning all about it from the builder. Pretty sick. I mean, he's just lending me a bike. Like, what the f is he thinking? I don't know either.
Lost Tigers put some heavy insurance on it. I won't ride it this week either because we'll be doing stunt shows all week long.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'd like to have somebody out riding it.
Cool. So this is going to be the bike that takes us on all these adventures that you guys are going to be seeing. Do me a favor, be sure to go give this guy a follow on YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. If you have any questions, he's on YouTube, so post your questions down in the comments below. If people want to have their bikes worked on here,
Call the shop, talk to Trent. It's a little bit of a process, but we build dope shit, and it's worth it. Like, subscribe, ring that bell, you know, tell a friend, don't tell a friend, you know, tell 2 friends. I could use 2 friends. I could use 3 more friends. Check out the Instagram, don't Facebook me. I am not going to answer it, but other than that, thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for letting us be a part of this.
appreciate it, guys. Till next time, ride safe out there, stay vigilant. Catch you on the next one.